YouTube. Shouts out to Minimax Boxing, young guy. He's doing his thing, corresponding, back and forth on each other's videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, he's a young guy in the YTBC. Go ahead and check him out. Shouts out to Minimax Boxing. Yeah, this is dedicated to him, man, because he was, excited, rightfully so, about the headline, Alexander Povetkin, cleared and stuff like that. That was some of the headlines that I was reading, and yeah, I was confused, man. I was confused when I saw it. I think I saw it first on my Bleacher app, and I read about it, and I'm like, okay, and then I heard Minimax Boxing. He did a video on it, and I'm like, whoa, I was like, pump the brakes, you know what I'm saying? Because I checked on my Bleacher app, and I have to admit, and I listened to a few guys in the YTBC, and their opinions and stuff like that, and whatnot, and just based on reading the headlines, I did feel a certain kind of way. I'll admit to that. I felt a certain kind of way. I was like, okay, maybe I jumped the gun and passing judgment on Alexander Povetkin, okay, and the Russians and stuff like that, because I did another another video talking about some of these Russian athletes and my personal experience with a few of them while I was in school, okay. So with that being said, I clicked on the link to the article and I did some reading, okay? I did some reading, and it turns out most of this information that's coming out today about Alexander Povetkin being cleared of testing positive for meldonium is coming from his promoter. I believe is Rubinsky. I want to say his first name is Alexander Rubinsky, but anyway, let's go by Rubinsky. I know that's his last name. The billionaire boxing promoter. So yeah, man, I think it's important that that we stick with the facts, and I really do feel as if it's important that a lot of people, and it is good that a lot of people are posting articles and links to sources where they get the information from. I do it myself, especially if I remember to. Sometimes I forget, but I do that myself, and a few other channels they do so as well, or at least cite their sources, where they're getting the information from while they're doing the videos, okay? Now, Rubinsky, the promoter, comes out, today, trying to spin a narrative, man, about this positive drug test. This positive drug test came May 17th, okay? Now, I was like, May 17th? This is like 3 weeks after he failed a drug test? Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, what happened to the B sample? Because I had did a video, I haven't posted it yet, about the B samples. Like, where's the B sample? Where's the B sample? And I had did this video, I think, before the news came out about the B sample, or because since I'm talking about the B sample, let's touch bases on the B sample, okay? Now, an article came out unbeknownst to me because I was listening to a lot of YouTube channels about Povetkin being cleared and stuff like that, trying to get everybody's opinion, and everybody who I guess was in the know, or was who were informed, were saying to other people, was like, look, man, Povetkin B sample from the April 27th drug test came back positive for traces of meldonium. The urine test. The urine test which is surprising that they're doing urine tests because from what I'm hearing, urine tests are obsolete. And this is from years ago, based on all these high-end drugs and stuff like that, these designer anabolics, PEDs and all this other stuff. They're supposed to be light years ahead of, these drug tests and stuff like that. Well, I guess they're still using urine, man. I guess WBC or Wilder and, the Povetkin camp decided it wasn't worth the money to do the blood and urine test, so they just did the urine test. But, by VADA, administered by VADA, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. So, yeah, man, with that being said, man, that B sample came back dirty, man. That B sample, it came back dirty. It came back dirty, you know what I'm saying? So we have to stick with facts here, we have to stick with facts. And Rubinsky, he has an agenda. This is a billionaire guy. He's threatening to sue everybody. He's pushing his weight around and stuff like that. And I think he's a little bit of a control freak, you know what I'm saying? Because, and he's doing his job as a promoter, trying to spin the story, trying to exonerate Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? He's invested in Povetkin as his fellow countryman. He's doing the job. He's trying to get this guy another title shot and everything like that. So I can understand, him wanting to spin the narrative a little bit. But at the end of the day, we have to cut straight to the chase and just look at facts. The man failed the B sample, man. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, him failing the B sample April 27th, I read another article, man. I forget which one it was. Not only did I read the article, but I'm pretty sure I read the article, but I'm pretty sure that I've listened to, if not one, but more than one YouTube channel mention this. I'm pretty sure the name, but I can't mention the YouTube channel's name because I don't want to claim that this person said it and they didn't, even though I'm pretty sure they're the ones that said it. And I'm pretty sure I read it. But you guys got to check this out for yourself. WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association or something like that, I guess had a cutoff date. Okay, they had ran an extension. Okay, this meldonium was going to be banned in April. I mean, not April, but January. Okay, January this year, and a lot of people popped hot. They were popping hot. They were testing positive for this drug and stuff like that. They were not sure how long it stays in your system and all this other great stuff. So they gave a grace period. All those people that were popping hot in February and January and stuff like that were granted a grace period up to March. I want to believe the end of the month of March. Okay, that month has come and gone. I'm pretty sure 99.99% of us will never see that month again unless some guy has some type of technology to do some time traveling, okay? And if you do and you listen to this, tell Povetkin, look, man, everybody wants to see this fight. Don't take meldonium. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to pop hot, all right? So, but with that being the case, that grace period passed, man, and Alexander Povetkin had passed previous tests, in the first week of April. I think it was the 7th, the 8th, and 11th or something like that. And so for April 27th, he failed the drug test. Okay? He failed the drug test. The B sample was tested. He failed. A la Lucas Brown. I like Lucas Brown, man. I thought he had a good story and everything, but hindsight being 2020, the first thing I said when I saw him, and I the only thing I seen of Lucas Brown was highlights and hearing about people, saying how he should lose some weight and all this other stuff. But when I first saw him, I was like, man, this guy looks fit. That's the first thing I saw, and he pops hot for that clenbuterol, whatever you want to call it. Now, do I believe that maybe someone tainted his food and stuff like that in Russia and stuff like that? Yeah, I want to believe his story. I really do, man. I really want to believe Lucas Brown's story, man. He had such a good story. Seemed like a family man and stuff like that. And he had a great fight versus who's that? Ruslan Shigaev. That was a great fight, man. Good performance, man. Coming off the canvas and stuff like that. Gutting it through like the 6th and the 7th round and stuff like that. And he was able to get a knockout and whatnot against Shigaev. Man, I wanted the dude to be the WBA champion. It was a good story. All right, but he couldn't exonerate himself. Right, he couldn't do it, man. He couldn't prove himself innocent. And the facts were on the side, were against him, man. The facts were against him. The drug test was against him. He popped, hot, man. He popped hot. So same thing with Povetkin, man. He popped hot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the WBC is going to do. WBC's got to do something right now. Make an example out of Povetkin. Unfortunately, I know, favor is not fair. I guess like this guy Fernando Vargas, he was able to wheel and deal, cut a deal with Orlando Salido and stuff like that, who also popped hot, versus Robert the Ghost Cabrera for steroids and stuff like that. So this is a problem in the boxing community. These drugs and stuff like that. Lucian Bute just popped hot. I did a video on that. I didn't post it yet, but getting back to the Alexander Povetkin, it was also mentioned that I'm glad someone mentioned it because I was thinking the same thing. Is that this meldonium thing is not readily available? You know what I'm saying? This guy was somehow he got his hands on it. I don't know if he consulted with his doctor or his physician or something like that, but someone must have wrote him a prescription or someone got it for him. However he got it, it's not an over-the-counter drug or anything like that. This is not something that's shows up in your GMC store, if I'm saying that right. I think it's the GMC or your multivitamin store or something like that. It's not something you can get over the counter or something like that, Walmart or something. Okay? So with that being said, Alexander Povetkin knew what he was taking. He knew what he was putting into his body. It wasn't his fitness trainer giving him some kind of protein shake. He admitted it to taking it. He admitted to being a user of the drug. So to me, whether it was intentional, unintentional, for him to, whether he was trying to mask something, it doesn't matter. Okay, fact being, it's illegal. All right, as of this year, it's illegal. It showed up in the system after the cutoff date, which was in March. He passed 3 previous tests via urine, and all of a sudden this stuff pops up in his urine. So, is meldonium used in chicken or any type of poultry or something like that? I don't know. He didn't come up with any good excuse why he popped hot. All he can say is he took it last September. So with that being said, man, it's on Povetkin. It's on him, man. My personal feelings is that he should be suspended, and maybe they can go through a tournament or something like that. Maybe they can go through a little round robin or something like that. Maybe he can get him his number one mandatory spot. But I think that number one mandatory should be vacated. If anything, he should go into a 4-man tournament. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to see a 4-man tournament. Maybe Bermain Stavern, he's at number 2. Duapois, and maybe Melina wants to get into it. But or Joseph Parker or something. But he's already kind of like in the tournament. But Andy Ruiz, Andy Ruiz. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Because Wilder beat Bermain Stavern. He beat Duapois, who's got like the WBC silver belt, which Povetkin vacated, which makes him kind of highly ranked. And yeah, man, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good. Povetkin gets to exonerate himself and prove that he's a clean fighter. He can stay clean, unless he's addicted to the stuff. He can stay clean, and we can see that fight at another date, man. Another date, maybe sometime next year. But other than that, he shouldn't be rewarded with a championship fight. He should go through the gauntlet, man. He should go through the gauntlet. He bent the rules. He bent the rules a little bit. He gained an advantage. He was able to reap the rewards for using meldonium. He was able to knock out Takam, Perez. He was able to outlast Marius Walk, a big guy. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get this guy to quit late. What was that, like an 11th round and stuff like that. So it's not like he didn't benefit from using the drug. You know what I'm saying? The guy is like he beefed up and everything like that. So he had to just let this thing go. Try to seek some kind of light suspension and put a bid in for like maybe doing a tournament. Hell, they can do it in Russia. Rubinsky, his promoter, can probably have the tournament done in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Something for the Russians. Have a little tournament, because I'm pretty sure they feel kind of salty right now. But the facts are facts. Let's just stick with that, and hopefully the WBC does the right thing. I think they're in the steps in the right direction by allowing Wilder to have his own mandatory, a voluntary defense of his title. That was the right thing to do. He shouldn't have to sit on the shelf because of Alexander Povetkin wanted to take a prescription drug in order to gain some kind of physical advantage or mental advantage, whatever it did for him. You know what I'm saying? So you guys let me know what you think. Yeah, man. Hey, I was looking forward to the fight too, man. I was looking forward to the fight. Again, shouts out to Minimax Boxing. He had Wilder. He had Wilder winning. that was kudos for me, man, because I was like, yeah, Wilder, yeah, I'm a fan of Wilder too. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, big ups to Minimax Boxing. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, bye.